another session of Doppio, where we discuss self-custody wallets. What we're going to discuss today is look at 3 different types of self-custody wallets. We're going to look at a hardware wallet example, a multi-signature wallet example, and then a single key wallet example. And if you want a more in-depth breakdown, we've actually researched over 20 self-custody wallets, the top 20 self-custody wallets that you can find on our website, where we took screenshots and did a big Excel sheet comparing features in more depth. And what we're going to focus on in this session is specifically the key management for each wallet, showing how it works, helping you kind of understand the pros and cons between these different configurations, and where it could fit into your sort of wallet management or fund key management strategy for your personal funds. So, Michael, maybe we can then actually kick it off. The first wallet we're going to look at is MetaMask, a single key wallet.
Okay, I'll do a screen share just to give you an idea of what it looks like getting started with MetaMask. And so generally, let me move this to this side. MetaMask, the most common way people install MetaMask is by installing it in their browser. And so I'm not even starting at the beginning, but starting from the beginning, you'll need to go to the Chrome web store and then search for MetaMask. And then here you can find MetaMask, which you can then install, which I've already installed. So after that point, you can be anywhere in your browser, and you can then click on the MetaMask icon here. And MetaMask pops up with this interface where you need to agree to the terms, and you click on create a new wallet, and you can agree. And the first step that you're presented with is to create a password. And they tell you this password will unlock your MetaMask wallet only on this device. MetaMask can never or cannot recover this password. And so you need a new password here. And so the purpose of this password is so that if someone gets access to your computer, they're not able to access your wallet if they don't know the password. And so I'm going to set up a password.
This password, to be clear, is not actually an additional layer on top of your seed phrase if you want to do a wallet recovery. And sometimes it can be a confusing distinction where some wallets ask for an additional passphrase and it's required to do a recovery, whereas in this case not. I'm understanding correctly?
Yes, exactly. So this is, I've just set up my password is test123, which they're saying is weak, but it's not always very clear exactly what this password is, or at least to many users, it's not very clear. And as far as I understand it, this password here is just there to protect your seed phrase on your computer. So if someone gets unauthorized access to your computer, they won't be able to access your seed phrase because it's been encrypted with this password. So yeah, as far as I understand it, that's what this password is for. Okay, create new wallet. And now here is the even more important password, which is your secret recovery phrase. These are the words that you need to back up your wallet. So if you end up losing your computer or MetaMask gets uninstalled, you can use these words to recover your wallet. And so now MetaMask gives you quite a lot of info to read through. They're saying, before getting started, watch this short video to learn more about seed phrase recovery. And then, and I assume in this video, they tell you how important it is to keep it safe, ideally write it down, not store it digitally. And then here they also explain what is a secret recovery phrase. Your secret recovery phrase is a 12-word phrase that is the master key to your wallet and your funds. How do I save it? Write it down, store in multiple secret places, store in a safe deposit box. Should I share my secret recovery phrase? Never ever share your secret recovery phrase, not even with MetaMask. And so, yes.
Maybe what I can add here is one very confusing thing about the self-custody ecosystem, or this idea of managing your own keys, is that there are different types of wallets, and they commonly have the option create a new wallet or import your seed phrase, your recovery phrase. So it's counterintuitive, or it's contradicting rather, that they really encourage you not to import or store the seed phrase digitally, but then they also have the import feature for you if you want to recover. So what ends up happening is that they try to teach the user to be very careful, but then also make it very easy for them to kind of break that rule. So for example, the same seed phrase you use here, or as they call it, the secret recovery phrase, you can import to Trust Wallet or Rainbow Wallet or Phantom or any of these wallets, and you can still have access to your funds, which has a lot of benefits, because you're not tied specifically to MetaMask, but it can be confusing and teaching the user incorrect practice.
Exactly. Yeah, because you have many cases where users end up copying their seed phrases into wallets which are not trusted or into apps which are not trusted. And then just like that, all their funds get stolen. So there are these two sides: write it down, use it sparingly, and import it into your other wallets. And it can be very risky to import if you're not 100% sure that wallet can be trusted. So I'm going to say secure my wallet, recommended. And now I'm being told to write down my seed phrase and store it in multiple secret places, store it in a safety deposit box. And it says, make sure nobody is looking. And now I click reveal secret recovery phrase. Now it shows me the phrase and tells me the phrases or the words and the phrase and tells me to write it down. And they also give me this convenient button to copy to clipboard, which kind of contradicts the style of writing it down. But I'm going to click copy to clipboard and do something which is not recommended, but that a lot of people end up doing. And I'm just going to copy it to a Google Doc. So here I have my secret phrase. But now the problem is, if anyone ever gets access to my Google account and access to this document, then they're able to get access to all of my funds.
So some users treat the seed phrase perhaps like they would a password, where they add it to a password manager or something like that. But even there, you expose yourself and to potentially the password manager being compromised, and then effectively you losing your funds linked to your seed phrase. So you should never really keep a digital copy of it. And it's really strange that these top wallets make it so easy for you to just copy it digitally and keep a digital record. But
yeah, so keeping it in your password manager is one step better, because your password manager is meant to be a secure application that helps guard your passwords. And so many people copy it and put it into their password manager. Maybe their password manager has a notes feature and they can add it as a note. But we've seen recently that a lot of Ethereum wallets have been drained in the last few days and even a few months ago. And people are relatively certain that most likely those drained wallets are linked to the LastPass password manager hack, where there was a vulnerability in the LastPass password manager, and user data was stolen. And people believe that some Ethereum wallet seed phrases were stored in there, and hackers have now been able to drain the funds. So even a password manager can be very risky. So let me go back to the wallet and click next. Now I need to prove to MetaMask that I've written down or copied the phrase. And I'm just going to double check these words. Word number 3 is amount.
So what's very important is that the order of these words are critical. You can't change the orders and expect to recover your seed phrase. And it's part of the reason they are actually listing it in this order and seeing if you're doing a quick test to see if you've written it down correctly.
And the other interesting thing is here, they've tested some of the words, but if I've made a mistake in word 11 or 12, they're not protecting me against that. So we're saving some time, but potentially I could still have a mistake in my phrase, and then I won't be able to recover my funds. So congratulations, our wallet has been set up and it's complete. So here we now have access to our new wallet, and that was the single phrase option.
Yeah, maybe just quickly show what it looks like as a browser extension. If you look at so that showed you the complete setup.
Yeah, so here we are. This is part of the browser extension as well. You can go to this view, but you could also, when you're on a specific website, you can pop up this view. Awesome. So your browser is nice and handy while you're browsing a website. You can see your balance and then also use MetaMask in that website if they have some Ethereum functionality.
Okay, cool. So let's jump next to the hardware wallet.
Okay, so for hardware wallet, I have a few different hardware wallets here. I have a Ledger, I'm not sure which model this is, but one of the Ledger models. I have a Bitbox, and then I have 2 different types of Trezors, this Trezor and this Trezor. And so they all look a bit different, but generally have the same features. Usually a hardware wallet will be a dedicated device like this one, and it will have a screen which you can use to verify transactions. And so this device helps you to keep your private keys safe. And I'm not going to run through the whole setup of the device, but I'll show you that I'll do a screen share again.
Cool.
And I'll show you the screen share for the setup for the Trezor wallet is done using this Trezor app. So you have to go to the Trezor website, and you have to make sure you're on the real Trezor website and not downloading a scam app. There are cases where people have duplicated this app with the purpose of trying to trick you into stealing your funds. But if you download this app from the real Trezor website, then it prompts you to insert your Trezor, plug your Trezor in. And so I will do that here. Check. I've plugged it in. And then your Trezor is protected with a PIN, which even if someone is watching your screen, so even if you have a virus on your computer and it's watching your screen, it won't be able to see my PIN because I need to look on the device and check the numbers. So I'm typing my first digit of my PIN, second digit, third digit, fourth and fifth digit of my PIN. And then I've entered the PIN. So I used a combination of the device screen and my computer screen. Now the device is asking me if I would like to enable labeling. I'm going to click cancel. And then I'm here in my Trezor account, where just before this call, we loaded some Bitcoin, and I see it's still loading, or we're still waiting for it to confirm. But the idea behind the hardware wallet is you can feel very safe when managing your funds because your seed phrase is stored on the device. And so when you run through the setup process, you plug in the device, and it will also show you 12 words, similar to MetaMask. But in the case of the hardware wallet, they send you a piece of paper like this, where they recommend you write your 12 words. And so I would see the 12 words displayed on the hardware wallet's screen. I would write them down on the recovery booklet, and then I would store this safely in wherever I choose to keep it safe.
And Trezor also encourages you to never take a photo of that physical piece of paper, and then one other thing, Michael, that I think is just worth pointing out is if you go to the left top corner, that arrow that's where you can click on test Trezor.
Yes.
There is the option where you can have a passphrase wallet. So this is different from the MetaMask passphrase, where it is not just a local authentication. It's actually an additional word to your seed phrase. And it's something that you probably also have to write down, but it's just an extra layer of security if you want to be more careful.
Yeah, they give you the option to create either a standard wallet or a passphrase wallet. And passphrase wallet sounds more secure because you have the extra passphrase. So now you've written down your 12 words, and then you might choose to add the passphrase. But if you add the passphrase, you can make it anything. It can be a very long, secure password. The longer and the more secure, the better. But if you choose to make a passphrase wallet, you need to add your passphrase. So I'm going to, maybe I could do one. No, I'm not going to do one now. Yeah. Can't remember what the process here. So here they say, it's important to first learn how a passphrase works. A passphrase opens a wallet secured by that passphrase. No one can recover it, not even Trezor support. So here you enter your passphrase, and then once you've entered it, you would see a new wallet, another wallet here next to the standard wallet. But the problem is many people set up this passphrase, and then they forget what passphrase they used, and that's just as bad as losing your 12 words. Basically, you lose access to the funds.
Yeah, and I think what everyday users aren't expecting is that it does not work like logging into Facebook or Google, where you can actually ask the service provider to do a password recovery. There's no fallback, and there's absolutely no fallback. So maybe you even ignore the little warning message, but it's not always so obvious that you can't do a full password recovery.
Yeah, it's a powerful feature if used correctly, but it also has the potential for making mistakes and then losing everything. So yeah, I went through the process. You write down your words, you have your backup, you add a passphrase if you want to, and then you can be assured that your seed phrase is secure in this device. And so even if your computer has a virus, the virus will not be able to access your funds because you need to confirm everything on this device. and there's no way for the seed phrase to be extracted from the device. Even if you plug it into the computer, it has built-in protection mechanisms that when a transaction needs to be signed, you prepare the transaction on the computer. It then gets sent to the device, and you need to confirm on the device, and the transaction is then signed on the device and then sent back to the computer. So we can demonstrate that process as well.
Cool.
So if I click send, then I'm able to prepare a transaction, and I've saved an address here in my Google Doc. I copy this address, copy the address. It says the address isn't valid. That's strange. Maybe I think it's been auto-capitalized by Google. So
nice.
This is my address. And then if I can type in an amount, I'm going to send 0.0001 Bitcoin. So that's about $10. And then I can choose my fee, low, normal, or high. I will choose a normal fee, or I guess in this case, I can actually just make it low. Low and normal are the same. So let's say review and send. And now I'm prompted to confirm on my device. So if we look at this, it says, is this correct? Is this the correct address? And now the very important thing is to not just confirm here on the computer, because in theory, this application could be a fake application. There could be a virus on the computer. So the single source of truth is the device. And so to do this correctly, I need to go back to the place where I have the real copy of my address, and I need to double check that matches the address on the device. And then I click confirm. And then after that, it asks me about the amount. I need to confirm the amount. So I click confirm. And now if I go back to the Trezor app, then it says confirmed on the Trezor. So I've confirmed it on the device, and now I get one last chance to double check it here. But this process, so this was a little bit of a time-consuming process. I also had to concentrate checking different devices. And then sometimes I found I might forget to click send here because I've now confirmed it on my device, and then I might switch to another application, and then I only come back later to realize I forgot to click send. And then, then I can click send. So once you click send, it's actually broadcasted by the app. So now it's been sent. So very nice for peace of mind. You know that you're safe against viruses and hackers, but you still need to worry about how do you keep this safe, and how do you keep this and your passphrase safe, or your entire backup process you need to be mindful of.
One thing I think I just want to point out with the Trezor is that it can be used in combination with other software applications. So here we looked at the official Trezor app, which you downloaded to the desktop, but it can, for example, be used with other wallets if you want to. And that's often the case if you maybe want to interact with coins or chains that's not supported natively by the Trezor app.
Yeah, so you can use it in MetaMask, which we installed earlier as well. You can add your Trezor and then use their interface.
Yeah. Okay, so next we're going to look at a multi-signature wallet example. It's a mobile app called Argent, and Michael will spin up a screen share to talk us through the Argent experience.
Yeah, so this one I have on my mobile phone. So let me share that quickly. 1 minute. I think I need to first do the Zoom screen share. Okay, so I'm now sharing the screen of my phone, and here I have the Argent mobile wallet. And what we're going to focus on is the seed phrase setup and recovery, but not exactly the setup. This wallet has already been set up. But the nice thing in setting up this wallet is that we did not need to go through need to go through writing down a seed phrase. The wallet gets set up without a seed phrase. And then if I go to this wallet recovery section, then we can see here we have an encrypted recovery kit, which has been enabled. So the backup is automatically made to my personal iCloud account. So if I click on this or I click learn more, then they explain how it works. So my backup was uploaded to iCloud. Your key is encrypted and stored in iCloud. Apple cannot decrypt it, and only you can get to it. Do not delete, rename, or move the key file. So the key file is stored in your cloud drive. Argent holds the decryption key, so you don't have to remember it. So there's no password that you can forget, like as in some of the other wallets. And then Argent, the company, cannot access your iCloud. So that means that half of your backup is on your iCloud drive, and the other half, which can't be used on its own, is with Argent. And so here they have another drawing just to explain how recovery works. When you get a new device, connect your iCloud to get the encrypted key and validate your email and phone with Argent to release the decryption key.
So that's quite convenient for if you have multiple devices, perhaps, or if you just deleted the app and you need to get back in. And you don't have to worry about writing down a seed phrase or storing a seed phrase securely. It's done in a sort of more user-friendly way.
Exactly. And then they have this extra time lock feature. So only after 2 days does Argent send the decryption key. And this is to protect against the case maybe your phone is stolen and someone gets access to your email and your mobile phone number. Then this 2-day delay at least gives you time to stop this recovery process, maybe to contact your mobile phone provider and your email provider and get access to your accounts again. So it's an extra protection mechanism against unauthorized recovery.
But effectively, your wallet is only as secure as your iCloud.
Yes, both your iCloud and your email and phone number, because your backup on the iCloud account is encrypted. So if someone gets access to your iCloud, they're not able to do anything with it. But if someone gets access to your iCloud, to your email and your phone and your Argent account, then they're able to do this recovery themselves. So those few factors.
Maybe to compare it with a normal custodial wallet like the Coinbase app. It's the same level of security. With Coinbase app, you also have to make sure your email and mobile number and things like that are secure. But the big difference is you are in control of your own funds. So you are the custodian.
Yes, so more, in my opinion, much more convenient approach compared to writing down a seed phrase. But it does have these limitations. The big one being that it means you need to keep your iCloud drive secure. It means you need to keep your email secure. It means you need to keep your mobile phone secure. Because if all three of those are compromised, your funds get compromised. So they have, but then even if those are compromised, at least you have the time locked recovery as an extra protection. So it does become there are a lot of safety mechanisms. And then there's this additional recovery mode as well, which is recovery with guardians. And this is because Argent is a smart wallet. So it relies on smart contract functionality to provide additional recovery methods. So here, I think my phone has run off. Let me unlock again. And here if I click on recover with guardians, then here we can see who protects me. Argent has automatically been added as a guardian. So even if we lose that previous backup that we saw, I'm just going to go back. So I go back to the wallet recovery. Even if we lose access to our iCloud drive, or this encrypted recovery kit gets deleted, there's another recovery mechanism. You can recover using guardians, or if Argent goes out of business, this recovery method will still work because it's encoded into the smart contract. So here, if we have who protects me, Argent protects me, and I can add additional guardians. So I could add friends and family, and if I add friends and family, they'll get sent instructions on how they can help me recover my wallet if I lose access. And you can add from your contacts, and this is an extra smart contract-based recovery mechanism. But the nice thing is that the only guardians can't access your funds. The only things guardians can do is trigger a recovery, and when they trigger a recovery, there's again a time lock period during which you can cancel the recovery if it was an unauthorized one.
Yeah. So while it is a multi-signature wallet, it you don't need your guardians to sign off on day-to-day transactions. It's only for the recovery purpose. Michael, if you just click quickly on the add a guardian again, I just want to show if you click on more options, there are other options for guardians, which include, one option is adding a hardware wallet. So you could add your own hardware wallet as an additional recovery mechanism, which is an interesting combination of what we've looked at previously, a Trezor hardware wallet and Argent.
So in this case, if you lose everything, if you lose your recovery kit, Argent goes out of business, or you delete the app and kind of lose access to it, you can still recover the wallet using your hardware wallet. But if someone gets access to your hardware wallet, they can't steal your wallet. The worst they can do is trigger a recovery, which you can then cancel, and you can remove them as a guardian. Yeah, so you have these options, hardware wallet, friends and family, and Argent Chrome. I've opened up the Argent support page. And the other powerful thing about guardians is you don't, it's not always just up to a single guardian. You could add a single guardian, and then that guardian can trigger a recovery of your wallet. But you could also add 3 or 4 or 5 different guardians. So, and you could add people who don't know each other. So I could add you as a guardian. I could add my hardware wallet as a guardian. I could add Argent as a guardian. And then in order to recover the funds, you always need 50% of your guardians to approve the recovery process. So that's useful to protect against the guardian possibly not being someone that kind of starting off as a trusted person, but maybe in the future they might not be someone that you realize that they were not as trustworthy as you thought. Then it's a good protection to have multiple guardians. Or if your guardians lose access to their private key that's protecting your funds, then at least you have multiple. So you have this kind of this redundancy.
Also, if someone maybe forces the guardian to initiate a recovery and it's out of their control, so having more options, helps with the redundancy. So that wraps up our deep dive into these 3 different types of wallets: a single key wallet, hardware wallet, and then a multi-signature wallet. And thanks for following along. Let us know if you have any questions, and we'll continue to do these deep dives into self-custody. Thank you very much.
Thanks.